Ebusia mema kwa basrongo kura do be ye PHD TV. Ebusia na bakacho se Ghana manyo sama echegu. Eye hot political update na medebe dum channel eso. Sansa na nsama hodo efa ye baba bo Kennedy akompre kunkun berema Ohene Agyapong. Bema ba bemo nsinsu ansa na hamne ho nsem de bebre na obeti channel eso. Inti na no first time aba channel we so mesro bo modern subscribe channel no fama me na share video we fama onua no nye bi nshirante de ekoso ewo man Ghana hase. Like na comment na me hu so agyen chefa sa insemi eho. Edi am so eye Uncle Addo Ken. Ebusia menemo kase idie ai we source we every good evening Ghana Paul Adom-Otchere o kyeremu a Kelvin kwasiampani Taylor ewo Ghana ha me no kase isie ai eko Taylor we Jimmy Rough ebusuafo ye kyeremu wo Ghana ha no mo na muamonu tua sa na bench warrant bi eda no so kakraka ono no Ghana ha de ye kyeremu a so si ha se kim ye bedua ndo na kotum se bibi no na anu yi ena muamonu tua se John Dramani Mahama Ghana man penalty sisia ene ye or the Supreme Court wono no judges ahodo asesa o makogu ho no ebusuafo ano den pa yie enti Kelvin Taylor hu se na abanya ba de a ene ye wo se bench warrant eda no so no also bombonde ya na do kokopie mo Supreme Court ho na okoye ye nyoma bi ho no na omuyi edifire no so enti mo no ka se esie de ye kire mo wa bepie mo Ghana na pia bepie mo Ghana no efi otim sisie yi no eye bebi a ye de ama eye vice president for bebi ase he kokotena ho eho ene ye odia ebusuafo eho no mo ye kire mo a ye de Kelvin Taylor akwakohye a eho no tisisi a o enjoy eye government eye aban Ghana yensika nne anopa na tisi nanim ewia chese ewia be fufuo enwumre no me de benkwa besi nanim adena no odin momientie Paul Adom-Otchere.
Information reaching us indicate that Mr. Sansa again has been flown into Ghana. You have the video of the house and all that. Okay. He's been flown into Ghana. Now this Sansa is the one who brought Miss Sansa to Ghana, the fake doctor, who says we shouldn't say she's a criminal. He said we shouldn't say that because no court has said that. She wrote some letters to Metro TV and she's not a criminal or something like that. Okay. Mr. Sansa is the one who brought this guy. Now, Sansa has been flown into Ghana a while ago. He is reported at the airport when he arrived, and this is what we have been told. We hope it's not true. We just hope it's not true. He arrived as Kelvin Taylor. He went through gate 19. Gate 19 at the airport is reserved ordinarily for high-profile diplomats. So President Kufuor is abroad now. When President Kufuor is coming back, he'll go through gate 19. If a high-profile state official travels, say the Honorable Mahama, those who are not maybe inside governments, all of those people, they all go through gate 19. That's the gate reserved for high-profile officials. He was met by national security in gross violation. These national security people. And we are getting this information from people. I mean, in gross violation of a court order of a bench warrant. Ministers may or may not be aware. President may or may not be aware. He has arrived in Ghana in gross violation of a court order. The court order was against contempt of court. He spoke certain things in which the court believed was scandalizing the court. Kweku Bako and Haruna Atta went to prison for saying things that the court thought was scandalizing the court. This guy sits in America, scandalizes the court in the name of politics. A bench warrant is issued. His party is in power. So the state security apparatus, sponsored by the taxpayer, goes to pick the guy who has scandalized one of the most important institutions of democracy, the courts, and they bring him in. You have not even heard the worst. The worst is that they send him. He came by United Airlines, according to the story. United Airlines flight UA 996 from Washington, D.C. And he came with an entourage, according to the story. He didn't just come, he came with an entourage. And they are up and they are so the people at the airport don't quite see. People on the flight who told us. And guess what? The report report is that sent him to Prestige Lake. Go and live in the house that is reserved for the vice president of Ghana. This is the same house that John Dramani Mahama lived in as vice president and even as president. When President Mahama was exiting his presidency in 2016, this is the house that he wrote to Nana Akufo-Addo, and Nana Akufo-Addo agreed that President Mahama can have it. Later on, party hawks prevailed on Akufo-Addo by force that President Mahama cannot have it. And so President Mahama had to relocate and find his own place where he has been living until he was re-elected as president. This house is where Aliu Mahama lived in. It's reserved, it's a cocoa board house that is reserved for the vice president of Ghana. This is the house that has been given to Mr. Sansa and his entourage to stay in the official residence of the vice president of Ghana. This guy who just finished SS2, not because he can't pay, but because he can't learn, and sets up a media organization to basically drop down insults on every important Ghanaian. And because he supports and assists the political party, there's no problem with political parties supporting their own. Every political party supports their own. There's no problem. Akufo-Addo supports his own. John Mahama supports his own. Hassan Ayariga, who is in the studio, supports his own. But you cannot support your own by using taxpayers' resources to bring in somebody like that the court has scandalized. Now, he is now worried about the bench warrant. So he has filed an application at the Supreme Court. I've spoken to plenty lawyers last night, and they all gave their perspective about, oh, this is arranged, oh, this one is that, this is that. And some of the lawyers said, no, the Supreme Court will never accept this. In the next 5 minutes, Lawyer Preku will join me and we'll go to the Supreme Court thing that he has filed. We'll tell you about it and he'll give us the dimensions of it. But this is very interesting, and it should be worrisome if it is true that he's staying in the official residence of the vice president of Ghana. Yesterday, I texted Minister for Defense. He has not responded, Dr. Manibuama, and asked him certain questions that you are a Catholic priest, Dr. Manibuama. You are a Catholic priest. You are Minister for Defense. Who wants his child to be like this guy? Who wants his child to grow up and have an insulting tongue like this guy? Who wants his son to be like this guy? Who wants his daughter to be like this guy? And because of politics, you bring him to Ghana. Why, you think NDC will be in power forever? My goodness, even Kwame Nkrumah was not in power forever. Nkrumah was in power from 1951 up to 1966. Calculate how many years. It was not forever. J.J. Rawlings. Today they do June 4th, and Fifi Kwete is angry that NDC didn't participate in the June 4th. The all-powerful J.J. Rawlings. He was in power from 1981 up to year 2000. It ended. How do you do these things? Why do we do these things? Somebody that has insulted everyone, you bring him to Ghana with state money and go and put him in the official residence of the vice president of the Republic of Ghana. Jena Nopukwajiman appears to have her own house. She's comfortable with this. She doesn't want to move. So the vice president's official residence is vacant. This is the same place John Mahama stayed as president. This is the same place Muhammadu Bawumia stayed until 2024. This is the same place that Aliu Mahama stayed. This is the place where a fugitive from justice, against whom there's a bench warrant, is protected by the state apparatus to go and stay. How did we get this information? Because people who are in the state apparatus are unhappy with it. That's how these things leak all the time. People in the state apparatus are unhappy with it. They are grossly unhappy with it. So they are telling us, Charlie, give it to Good Evening Ghana. Oh, this one, give it to Okatechi. Give it to, what is this? What are our people doing? What kind of thing is this? That's the conversation. But why have they brought the guy inside again? Oh, but what is this? If the guy has a cost problem, he should go to court. Why are they doing this? And they say we should send him back out. Yeah, call Good Evening Ghana and give it to him. That's how we get the information. So those who are leading those people, beware. Minister, you are leading them, beware, because they are talking behind your back. And they are thinking that what you are doing is not good. They are talking, they are not MPP people, oh, they are state security people. They are talking behind your back. And they are thinking that this thing you are doing is terrible. We looked at some of the videos that he has done. Trying hard to get some of them that are okay, so we can show on television. so that those who often don't watch, they'll get a sense of who we are talking about. We struggled and got a little bit that doesn't have profound insults in it, because that is always the style. Profound insults. That's always the style. Have a look at this. Have a look at this one.
Akonya bia te se toilet o you hine se bedi anim na musomra eso ase you se be kansam mampuntumra abrabom edian hine na yedi ni sa no edian hine na yedi ni sa no wo na wo ma santemai say otufo wo na wo se santemai o tom e bia o mon kan kire wo asantemai say e wo otufo na otufo te wo na yesi sebio wo na nanom mo baaye no sa nkwase asem we kom so ankende akonya kase we enkeda ho Moto son semfun sododo. Ye bu akondwe nim tia na ye soso nyoma so. Otufo, you have limited power. You have limited power. Asante is nothing. Say 2 million asante biem. 2 million ni menhia biem. Ni mumpaye wo wiase nyina ye showa masarai. Bebediza when the Corinthians onimdie wo nyina ontumi san ba yare. Ankan Williams. Ono so ne ba no so aboda mo se den osoro na wate chain. We ni kwate fia te se mire. Edidin kwasi asem on TikTok was Danka William wa bompa ye wo wiase nyina de brofo abo ontumi san ba yare na mo mogimigimi ara mensa otabo akwatena court a bank board so we wie sika tetram o de nam Ghana osoro na wa hye Igbo for curtains